In a move that surprised no one, Joe Biden went back on his word again last night, pardoning his crackhead, tax evading, illegal firearm purchasing, money laundering consigliere, Hunter, but not just for the crimes that he was convicted of and about to be sentenced to jail time for here just a few weeks, but for any and all possible crimes that he may have committed over the last 10 years. Which means that he can't be prosecuted for the corruption that he was involved in with Burisma.
As we sit here in Normandy, your son Hunter is on trial, and I know that you cannot speak about an ongoing federal prosecution. But let me ask you, will you accept the jury's outcome, their verdict, no matter what it is?
Yes.
And have you ruled out a pardon for your son?
Yes. He's one of the brightest, most decent men I know. And I am satisfied that I'm not going to do anything. I said I abide by the jury decision. I will do that, and I will not pardon him.
He was never going to pardon him, right? Cringe, Jean Pierre.
I know you said not a lot's changed since yesterday and that it's a personal matter, but from a presidential perspective, is there any possibility that the president would end up pardoning his son?
No. I just said no. I just answered. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The president pardon or commute his son if he's convicted?
So I've answered this question before. It was asked of me not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, and I was very clear, and I said no.
First briefing since Hunter was indicted again in Los Angeles. Why doesn't President Biden just pardon him?
President, I've been very clear. The president's not going to pardon his son.
His son, Hunter, is also up for being sentenced next month. Does the president have any intention of pardoning him?
We've been asked that question multiple times. Our answer stands, which is no.
President Biden says that he's not going to pardon his son, Hunter. Is he going to ask Donald Trump to do that?
I don't have anything else to share about that. I'm not going to go down a rabbit hole on this. I've been very clear. The president's been very clear when we've been asked this question.
The president would not pardon or commute sentences for his son, Hunter. I just want to make sure that that is not going to change over the next 6 months. The president's saying he would not.
It's still a no. It's still a no.
It will always be a no.
It's still a no. It will be a no. It is a no, and I don't have anything else to add. Will he pardon his son? No.
Old Joe would never do such thing because he's the embodiment of truth, justice, and the American way.
What is before us is a president who is living the rule of law. He is living it in in the most personal way. He is not pardoning his son, which he could do. These are federal charges. Right. He is not doing that. He is not doing it because he is living what it means to have a rule of law in this country.
This carbon-based life form reminds me of something, and for the longest time, I couldn't put my finger on exactly what it was, but I think I figured it out. I think he was in one of the old Star Wars episodes. Tell us more, Old Joe, about how you're the embodiment of our democracy.
I'm calling for a constitutional amendment called No One is Above the Law Amendment. Each of us is equal before the law. No one is above the law. The American principle that no one is above the law was reaffirmed. The justice system should be respected, and we should never allow anyone to tear it down.
This is after the Trump kangaroo court verdict.
Those responsible can be held accountable. In my administration, no one is above the law.
No one's above the law, huh? Would you like to repeat that empty slogan and lie over and over again? Operation Mockingbird assets when referring to Donald Trump being indicted?
The idea that no person is above the law is a bedrock principle of American justice.
No man is above the law, no matter what the crime.
And I agree with you. No man is above the law, and no person is above the law.
No man is above the law.
Nobody is above the law.
No one is above the law.
No man is above the law.
He has to be held accountable. He's not above the law.
No one's above the law. Either that nor any other title puts you above the rule of law.
No one is truly above the law.
That is what it means to have a rule of law. That is what it means to not have a king.
Well, you get the points, but let's take a look at some more hypocrisy, shall we? By the way, subscribe to my channel if you're new here and check back on a regular basis. Politico reported 6 months ago that Biden says that he won't pardon his son Hunter, but now says, well, Republicans say that Biden is a, quote, liar after he pardons his son Hunter. It's the Republicans who are just claiming that. So Donald Trump posted in response to this on Truth Social asking, does the pardon given by Joe to Hunter include the January 6th hostages who have now been imprisoned for years? such an abuse and miscarriage of justice. While some of the Marxist Democrats are having a difficult time ignoring the obvious hypocrisy and miscarriage of justice, others, however, like Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, are celebrating it.
Well, I won't pretend to speak for the entire caucus, but I will say, way to go, Joe. Let me be the first one to congratulate the president for deciding to do this.
This former Democrat congressman on MSDNC couldn't contain his glee and started using profanity, which I'm going to bleep out because I run a family-friendly show around here.
I think it was appropriate, and I think conditions change. And I think it is unbelievably hypocritical and almost ludicrous to the point of laughter that you have anybody out there talking about hypocrisy when you're talking about, specific types of pardons or commutations. It just gets to the point that you just shake your head because it's just the that they spew out that Steve Bannon talked about, and that's what they want to do is flood the zone with That's what they're doing.
Former Congressman Denver Riggleman, thank you very much. Former Congressman of Virginia, thank you very much for being here this evening.
But surprisingly, former one-term Republican Congressman Joe Walsh from Illinois, who couldn't find a job after he lost his reelection, so he joined the Never Trump train as a Trump-hating MSNBC contributor, actually makes a little bit of sense here.
Joe Biden repeatedly said he wouldn't do this, so he repeatedly lied. But this just furthers the cynicism that people have about politics, and that cynicism strengthens Trump. Because Trump can just say, I'm not a unique threat. Everybody does this. If I do something for my kid, my son-in-law, whatever, look, Joe Biden does the same thing. I get it, but this was a selfish move by Biden, which politically only strengthens Trump. It's just deflating.
It's deflating, he says. But he is right in that this only emboldens Donald Trump and gives him more justification to immediately start pardoning the January 6th political prisoners on January 20th once he's sworn in. And I'm willing to bet that if Hunter wasn't pardoned by old Joe, Donald Trump would have pardoned him as well as one of his first acts as the returning president to try to help the country heal, to throw the Democrats a bone, and to troll them as well. But sadly, he won't have that opportunity. But if you want to troll your liberal family members on Christmas, be sure to order your Trump Claus sweatshirt or t-shirt from the newly redesigned markdice.com. And today, for Cyber Monday, you can save 20% off anything by using the promo code Pardon Me at the checkout. One word, pardon me. Be sure to get your MAGA Christmas and Happy 4 More Years shirt over there, your Liberal Tears mug, your Trump Fight, 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 Christ is King, the Teflon Don, or any of my awesome designs. All available to t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below. Enter the promo code Pardon Me at the checkout to save 20% off today for Cyber Monday, and check them out.